You nailed it in what you were talking about with the governor. This is unconventional warfare. This is irregular warfare. This isn't like Saving Private Ryan. There isn't some trench line or a large group of troops who are going to cross some kind of battlefield. You have to engage them. No, this is guerrilla warfare. This is terrorism. Look at the attacks in Nice. It wasn't a tank battalion. It was a guy in a stolen truck mowed down more than 80 people. Look at the attacks in Paris, the attacks in Istanbul. We need to stop those kinds of events occurring here, targeting Americans, and that's why this executive order was so very, very important, Trish.
Now, Dr. Gorka, people on the left say, hey, look, no one from those 7 countries in question has actually committed a terrorist act here on U.S. soil. To which you say what?
To which I say, do we have to wait till people die to do something about it? Good counterterrorism is about prevention. It's not about trying to catch the horse after they've left the stable. This is predicated on a very simple moment in time. We are going to eradicate ISIS. The president has made that commitment. Eradicate. Not degrade, like President Obama said, but destroy. When we get more intense in our approach in the region, with our partners, with our allies, what do we think is going to happen when we squeeze Mosul, when we go into Raqqa, when we destroy the headquarters of ISIS? As a Allied Nations expert said to me last week, they expect a starburst. There's going to be a bunch of jihadis coming out of that region, going west, going north, crossing the sea. We want to stop them coming here. We want to stop
one
them.
of the problems, Dr. Gorka, and I see it over and over again, in every line of government work, is that the government is always reactionary. So, for example, you remember the shoe bomber, Richard Reed, who wanted to blow up a plane with his shoes. All of a sudden, a few days later, we all have to take off our shoes. Well, why weren't they thinking proactively about something like that and maybe having us take off our shoes, including that guy who was trying to blow up a plane initially? I mean, there are many things that can be done to be proactive, but our government, and it's not just on the national security front, we see it over and over again when it comes to the SEC issues as well. The government is late to the party over and over again, and haven't we seen proof that people from these countries will take the opportunity to hurt other individuals? You have only to look at Europe.
Yeah, I mean, look, you look at the age we live in. Look at mass transit. Look at the speed of information flows. You cannot wait until the event occurs. You've got to get out in front of it. You've got to outthink the enemy. The army has a phrase called red teaming or red cell. You think like the enemy, what could they do next, and you stop them being able to do it. That's why this executive order was brought, to prevent the next potential atrocity in America. You've got to out-imagine the bad guys.
Let me quickly ask you about NATO. NATO, of course, hasn't really fallen through with its need to fund NATO, and we have been the primary source of funding. Is that about to change?
The president has been very clear here, and let's jettison the fake news about any potential problems within NATO from Washington. We just want to be, we want to see equitable burden sharing. The idea that you've got 30 nations, almost none of them are meeting their own agreement to spend 2% of their GDP on military, just 2%. Half a dozen of them have met it. That's not fair. Would you stay a member of a club and not complain if only a fraction of you paid the membership dues? That's untenable. So I expect the alliance to be strengthened with American leadership, because we're not going to lead from behind, but we want everybody to do their share, Trish.
Understood. Dr. Gorka, congratulations on your new position there at the White House. Good to see you.
Thank you.